Hey everybody, welcome back. Northernlion plays The Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus, and we're off to a pretty good start here, hey. We have as many wins, baby, in a row as there are days of Christmas. How about that? Oh no. I don't expect you to understand this, baby, but we have random the Keeper VLRMGMCT. Alright, it's the first run of the week, it's the first video of the week, really. I will blow this up, but we're looking for small rock, obviously. If we don't get it, we don't get it. We got a key out of it, which is not so bad. Truth be told, I actually feel like we're in an okay spot. You know, you never want to maybe start the week out by having to do a keeper run, but it is what it is, and we'll figure it out together. I just gotta remind myself. There's like a little like a bat file that has to run every time I play as the keeper to remind myself, you know, the relative approximate weighting of useful things on this run. Most useful things on the keeper run are not the most useful things on your average run. Well, you should definitely be using wooden nickel every single room. That's a gimme. But so we want Nun's Habit. We want Piggy Bank, Fanny Pack, Swallowed Penny is the trinket. England is my city, etc., etc. And, you know, keep your head on a swivel. Stay moving. Play a good game here. Keep your stick on the ice, etc., etc. And we should be, I mean, I was going to say we should be good to go, but that's obviously just patently ridiculous. If anything, we should at least, you know, we're going to admit that we're doing our best. How about that? For now, you know, it's a little early for the anecdotes in a situation like this. I think we can definitely open this up, and it obviously turned out to be garbage, but there's no reason not to open it. That's a real reroll potential there, because Headless Baby is okay. We would like it to be better than okay, though. And I think, you know what? I can take this. You gotta shoot for something like this, I think, from time to time. Obviously, our rate of fire is just absolutely horrible. I'm hoping that we can, you know, get some extra, you know, bonus in that camp at some point, and hopefully we're not fighting a boss that chases us down. And, you know, if we can get some homing tiers or anything along those lines, we're feeling pretty good, honestly. Damage is also, you know, leaving a little bit to be desired. But you know what? Look at that. That was encouraging. If we focus intently on the head as it spawns, we can destroy the head before it spawns. This DPS was not that bad. All things considered, that was a-okay. So we'll take meat, which is just actually, I'm gonna say that that's a pretty sizable damage upgrade for where we're at right now, and I'm feeling good. What did I get up to this weekend? As usual, you know, very little by a traditional, you know, pre-COVID sort of standard. I had a little meeting at the bank, which was as exciting as it sounds. And then I went to the grocery store, which was nice, you know. It was an exciting moment in my week. Because Kate was like, do you want these almonds? And I was like, no, I don't really need almonds. And then I went, wait a minute, is that a kilogram of almonds? Salted, no less, for $11.99 Canadian. That's crazy. Some of the other grocery stores will charge you like 23 bucks for that. So I said, yeah, I'll take the freaking almonds. So I ate a lot of almonds yesterday. That's essentially the spirit of my week. The meat and potatoes of my weekend, I guess, is nuts. You had a crazy weekend? Yeah, too. I got a little nuts. I got a little nuts. Okay, we don't really want notched axe, with the exception of, like, you know, we could use it to just crack into, you know, something over here. We do want to blow up the pots as much as possible, because they do give us a chance to get Swallowed Penny, but notched axe is like a once every 3 rooms sort of deal. Yeah, I think for now, it's a tough choice. It's like the most unenviable choice when you're an Isaac YouTuber, is something that, like, you know, it's basically what's right and what's wrong is going to be determined by variance rather than, you know, by any kind of, like, stochastic measure. I think that's how you use that word. Isn't stochastic, it's like a scientific or mathematical measure of objectivity? You know, that's where you go over here and you go stochastic definition. Randomly determined, having a random probability distribution or pattern that may be analyzed statistically but not predicted precisely. Okay, I think I maybe had it exactly opposite. Yeah, all right. Shows again, I'm not that much of a stats guy apparently. I'm even less of a stats guy than I thought I was. But you know, okay, at least we got it out there. In some situations, it will be worth it for us. Like, if you ran this run 10,000 times, I think you would find pretty close to the same amount of runs where we're not going to die. We're not going to get a deal with the devil either, but we're not going to die. I think you would find pretty close to the same amount of runs where, you know, Notched Axe gives you, like, Swallowed Penny versus, like, it doesn't, and you just wish you had the money from everything that you could have gotten with Wooden Nickel instead. You know, I was a little hasty. I suppose we could get a deal with the devil. We also have a library. This might even be better than a library in some ways, because it's not like we're really gonna get that much out of it anyway. Temperance can actually be a really useful card as Blue Baby. Just trying to think about how I might want to do this. It's mostly mostly useful, I think, if we're able to get either Nun's Habit or ideally Swallowed Penny. So that would protect us once on the boss fight, which is tough. Like, I can see the value of that, but I think we gotta dig a little deeper. Like, we gotta try to get the unbelievably good payouts here. And, you know, this is not one of them, but I think this is an item that is, like, agnostically good enough to just roll with. And then we'll try to, like, I'm just running the numbers in my head here. It's a little tricky. Like, this is not your normal, run, obviously. We gotta be a little bit more prudent than usual. I didn't mean to play it, but you know what? For a fly, it's not so bad. I was hoping maybe we'd get a little extra money and be able to go to our, go back to the shop and get another reroll. Let me be clear, like, I'm not disappointed with where we stand, and I think Humbling Bundle is an awesome item, but I think, obviously we're looking for that Nun's Habit, or, okay, the quarter is a really nice get. That's why I kept this in the back of my head. I was like, we might be able to get some resources out of that in the future. And, hey, baby. So polite. What a polite baby. She's just sitting there. She's got her hands clasped like Lucky Luciano. You know I had to do it to him. We'll definitely take the habit. It's, like, literally what we asked for. And then we'll mill one more time. I think we'll mill even one more time. And I'm going to say no, but thank you for the offer. And then I'm like, Temperance is not a guaranteed payout yet. It's likely to work out pretty well for us. Get out of there, thank you. I'm like just barely able at full speed to stay away from Blighted Ovum. And also not get hit by the creeps, so... yeah, that basically sucked. So I'm very thankful to have a speed upgrade again. And I'm also... I mean, I'm just very thankful in general at how that worked out, I suppose. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get you to reroll one more time, ideally. All right, thank you. I appreciate it. And from this point onwards, we'll just leave. You know what? 5 cents for that, I'll do it. And I think that the way that we should play Temperance is quite simple. I think we should drop it, like, on the first room, basically, and then just leave coins. In the hopes that because we don't really want much out of it, but if we could get, you know, if we could get the blood bag, it is a speed upgrade, but I guess really it's more of like an engine to try to get infinite money so that we can continue to buy, like, awesome things on our shop. For now, we don't have to worry about it too much. I'm being a little coy here. And I'm not talking about, like, a Japanese goldfish. I don't think that's what koi is. Isn't koi like carp, or am I don't know, man. I don't know, I'm not a biology major. You don't know everything about the fact that there's 18 billion species of animals on Earth? Biology major. Look, I get it. You took civil engineering. You had 1,700 classes on bridges. You know everything there is to know about bridges. Congratulations. That's not the way biology works. You learn how to use a micro pipette That's about it. You learn how to take instructions from a superior official in the laboratory, and then they say, see you in grad school. Don't compare us. We are not the same. Okay, I got lucky that that didn't blow up in my face. We do, if possible, we do want to see a deal with the devil. Because a deal with the devil is going to give us the ability... I mean, it could just give us an awesome item. But on top of that, it's going to give us the chance to get a deal with the angel if it doesn't have something we actually want. Which is also great, because, you know, we could really use, like... I mean, just about anything of value, particularly offensively. Deal with the angel, not traditionally the avenue you would look for that, but... And I think we do like fanny pack, honestly. Like, let's blow this up. This is what it's there for. That's why I'm, like, not rude to the donation machine on a regular basis. Is because I want to keep it available for situations like this. Luckily, it did have 800 coins. It's probably a little overkill, but... this is a weird one. I think, like, Parasite and Cricket's Body are close, but not the same. So, right now, I don't... I mean, if we're gonna take nothing, we should take the magnet. That's like a gimme. But I also am just kind of the opinion that, neither of those are really all that useful. Like, the Parasite will not split our shots, I think, with technology. Either way, like, I would rather try the Parasite and hope it does something for us than, you know, just pick up the magnet. Because the magnet is, like, it's probably worth, like, a couple of keys on the average run. Now, a couple of keys can be worth a lot, but... we already have Humbling Bundles, so, I mean, I don't need to justify that decision to you. Like, I've played this game enough. I'm content to make my own decision in that domain. You know, I think I've earned taking the kid gloves off there. And I don't know why we're picking up all this money. I suppose we shouldn't, so we could play that blood bank, but the more I thought about the blood bank, the more I realized, like, being able to play it infinitely is not actually all it's cracked up to be. When we can't deal with the HP anyway. Although, I suppose if we did get a deal with the devil here, it could be worth it. Hey, baby! I don't even want to regale you with the stories of you know, my morning with the baby. Suffice it to say, you know, and, you know, this is going to get some I'm eating comments, so I apologize. Let's keep it as non-graphic as possible. Suffice it to say, you know, babies sleep in something, you know, you could call it a sleep sack or a sleep suit. And it's basically, it simulates them being swaddled, but without the danger of swaddling. You know, swaddling is when you put a baby's arms in and then wrap them tight in a blanket. Been traditionally, you know, used to comfort babies and get them to sleep for, you know, hundreds of years minimum, maybe longer. And now the conventional wisdom is like, there's a little bit of risk associated with it, like in case they roll over and they can't roll over again. So, instead you can use these sleep sacks that kind of simulate that feeling of like a warm hug. You know, it's like a weighted blanket kind of that adults might use. Anyway, I open up the sleep sack and then reach my hand in there to take her arms out so I could pick her up and change her diaper, and just immediately my hand was just covered in like a sticky brown goo. I was like, because the lights were, we have like an ambient light in her room that I use in the morning so she doesn't, you know, get that harsh kind of like, you know, light so bright it makes you sneeze sort of moment in the morning. And I looked at my hand and I was like, I don't think that's sweat. And then so overnight she had obviously, you know, pooped herself, which is common, but then it like exploded the diaper, which is unfortunately also somewhat common. But then on top of that, it also, it like shot up the back and got all over her outfit, which is more uncommon, but it does happen. But then the worst part of all, it was like the 1 in 10 situation where we had her in like a cool baby outfit. And some of the baby outfits, they like snap on, snap off, which is awesome. I'm not too worried about that damage. Just, okay, I'm very worried about that damage. Some of the baby outfits, they like snap on, snap off. Hey, honey. Hello. Which means that when you have a situation like that, You know, it's fairly easy to deal with. You just unsnap the outfit, take them out, and you're good to go. It's like something Elvis might wear, right? But this is a different situation. This is one where you have to actually pull the whole thing over her head, and it was like, oh my. It was like playing Baby Operation, trying not to get her head to touch the poop-soaked outfit. But we got through it. We got through it, right, baby? It's not really that big of a deal, honestly. No big deal. Again, I don't actually think this provides us with any benefit whatsoever, but why not, you know? Why not take a look at it? It's more exciting. In the off chance that somehow there's a synergy in the future that allows us to maybe, you know, get our technology shots to split, because we are, like, really suffering from a DPS standpoint. It's not good. This is not the kind of run that right now you would look to as like an easy win. So I think the thing that we would say right now that we're looking for is if we could get like a hey baby, frog likes to hop hop hop. He jumps in the water. Splish, splash. Hey, yeah, she loves it. She loves it. Like, even this room is kind of dangerous. We need DPS, is really what it comes down to. Which is what all bad Isaac runs come down to. Occasionally, you'll have a run where everything's great. You know, your damage is awesome, you just need some HP. And by occasionally, I mean a few times back in 2015. These days, it's mostly like, hey, could I have, you know, the mana of life that allows me to continue having a chance to, you know, play the game? We'll see. 9 lives is actually, it's a very interesting option here. I would love to get it. I would love to get it, okay? But the best way for us to get it is to get another HP upgrade first that we can then use with 9 lives. Otherwise, and it varies character to character. I really like 9 lives. It's a great item. I might have ranked it a little low in the tier list because it doesn't do the flavor of the month for me, which is providing me with the ability to actually do some damage to enemies. As the Keeper, I think there's some analysis warranted about whether or not, you know, it's better to have some renewable HP or 9 times the amount of lives. You know, and for right now, I'm like a renewable HP sort of guy. I think, you know, it's all about green energy now, and I think that we can do our part there as well. But really, like, a shop with a reroll machine is gonna send us to the moon here. Choo choo, last stop on the moon. Last chance to get on the Keeper rocket. Buy low. Okay, this is a good room for us. There's lots of consumables. It's also a bad room because it's insanely annoying, but that's okay. Forget those deals with the devil and the deals with the angel. They're not likely to happen, as we can see for ourselves. And I definitely do want the stone chest. I mean, the chance to get something like, you know, Cricket's head, for example. Okay, well, I mean, the keys, you know, whatever. Whatever. I was trying to get an item that would help me, and it was just keys, and I was like, yeah, whatever. Okay, we knew that was coming. Don't freak out. You're actually just safe here, and then just pick up the coins later. That would have been a perfectly fine room to use the death card on as well. As would this, by the way. I think that was astute. Okay, glass cannon. That's an interesting one. I think that it's not usable. And the shop sucks. So I'm not losing hope yet. Just work with me. I'm trying to think. So glass, you could potentially, I know what you're thinking. What about glass cannon 9 lives? There's something to that possibility, okay? I would much rather, and if you're like, what happened to the Zane, okay? Look, just being the Keeper is zany enough. You know, we're already living quite a zany life, especially like, you know, you're taking your life into your own hands when there's no damage upgrades in, like, the whole game anymore. Baby, what's the problem? What's the problem? Is it because you're not in the living room watching Gordon Ramsay? I know you love to watch the Gordon Ramsay show with Daddy. You donkey! Just great stuff. I really think Kitchen Nightmares might be one of the greatest shows ever made on television history. Like, it's two different shows, right? Like, the English version, well, you know, just to avoid confusion, I suppose, the UK version, is actually almost like interesting from both Gordon Ramsay having an engaging personality, not just being like one-note meanness, from that perspective, but also from the perspective of, like, you know, getting some insight into the restaurant business, I think, which is something that everybody, you know, more or less has some familiarity with as a consumer, but maybe like no idea of what it's like from the other side, right? And you know, you get some human drama on it as well, which is nice, but like the American one is just like, I mean, it's like a cartoon, but also you meet some very, very interesting people on that show. No doubt about that. Wouldn't you say so, baby? Wouldn't you say so? She's like, yeah, I'd say that. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, alright? She's very, like, she's just a slight grump right now. I'm not so grump. Sorry, I don't want to get, like, DMCA'd. What am I talking about? Wait, no, hold on. We can't, are you stupid? You can't roll glass cannon here? How are you gonna roll, because it replaces wooden nickel. How are you gonna do that? Alright, so, I mean, jeez Louise, man. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. I think we don't take it, and now I have to win to be vindicated. And by it, I mean 9 lives. And why would I say something so controversial, yet so brave? Well, honestly, how many times did we get hit and then pick up HP on this floor? It was like, I don't know, it was probably like 3 or 4 times. That would have been half of the value of 9 lives, like, permanently erased. Now, admittedly, you might be saying, NL, and I think there's some astuteness here. NL, you would only need 1 HP. If you just lived long enough to pick up 1 HP, then it would make no difference at the end of the day. And that's true, but what if we didn't live long enough to get 1 HP, you know? A lot of the, and I see it in Fiend Folio, it's actually really helpful to, like, you know, because I need to extract every little bit of value out of each run just to have a chance to live. But, you know, the backseaters in Isaac, they have the luxury of never having to admit they're wrong because of the fact that they, you know, don't live in the real world. We're gonna have to take damage here. Oh my god, we didn't step on the creep. Incredible. I unfortunately have to, you know, play out my my decisions here in the real world where there's obvious, you know, positives and minuses. So I'm just asking you to have some mercy here. Well, just don't get hit then. Okay, cool. Just don't... I get it. You got 75 hours in the game. You think you're hot stuff. If we went toe-to-toe, if we did races, I would destroy you. You would... Honestly, it would be like, you know, Thanos versus Vision at the end of Infinity War. You wouldn't even... You'd want to keep your eyes closed, I promise. This isn't even my final form. This is whilst bantering. And you hearing this grunting in the background? Every single one of those takes over like a father's complete neurological function. For you, the day you backseated me and Isaac was the most important day of your life. For me, it was Sunday. Which is true, it is Sunday. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's one of those little bits of damage where I think you just go, you know, don't do that, game. We did live, thankfully. Otherwise, I would have been very disappointed. Please, for the love of God, it has to be better than that. Okay, I mean, so I've accepted the fact there's going to be another floor before we get some items of value. It is what it is. Maybe we can get something good from our boss. Careful, just be... Yeah, as you can see, we're taking an awful lot of damage. I promise I'm not doing this just to prove a point about 9 lives. Steam sale is fine. You know, we have a ton of money, of course, already, but it's fine. It's not a negative. Baby. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby. Baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I mean, we're really coming to just like a mathematical... It's almost like an asymptote. You know what an asymptote is? Like in mathematics, if you have a graph where like the value never actually passes a certain threshold, you know, it just creates a line that goes like infinitely up or infinitely down on the y-axis, for example. It could be on the x-axis. I mean, it could, and then you could have like a tri-axis sort of thing. But like, I'm not trying to like math flex with my, you know, first year calculus. I'm just saying, you know, this run is hitting like an asymptotic level. Like, we will be essentially mathematically unable to proceed, more or less, because obviously there's a little, you know, a fudge factor for personal skill, but we're getting pretty close to the run just being mathematically untenable, especially when you consider the character we're playing as. I mean, just look at the, like, is this an inspiring sort of amount of damage that you're seeing here? I don't feel too inspired. I hope that this is the Fallen. Okay, I mean, it's a hard boss. Get out of there. We do have probably the most important stat for beating the adversary, which is speed. And this is not typical, you know? Speed is normally, like, somewhat important. Maybe not, like, the most critical. In this situation, it's, like, the most critical stat. Okay, don't be afraid to use some bombs, but we've already done a great job extinguishing the fire. Baby. And I was like, baby, 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 grunt. Okay, that's where things get spooky. Obviously, you know, we want to not get hit by the spiders. I mean, this would be, like, great vindication if we're able to get a deal with the devil, which we are, which is insane. We actually don't want the item, and I know you're going to be like, why not take it when you get the HP right after? Because I'd rather preserve our deal with the angel chance. I feel like that's the... I mean, why gate off something that could be useful just to prove that we know how to do basic addition, right? So this floor, I mean, we're on the depths too, so this is like, it's getting pretty serious. We're gonna get the Polaroid from the boss on this floor, so, you know, we're already not really looking at a market improvement in that category. Honey, did you see that dodge? Like, this room in and of itself is a triumph. But yeah, that was pretty much our weekend, you know? I went to the bank, and I went to the grocery store. Look at this dodge, man. Like, I want to live. Like that good Charlotte song. I just want to live. That was basically it. I didn't watch the Tiger Woods documentary. It wasn't on. I was gonna... Don't even get me started on this, okay? Because nobody, like, loves the hockey bits except for hockey fans. But, like, I was gonna watch the Canucks game. It's a home game. Oh, no. We're probably toasted. Come on, man. What are you supposed to do? Anyway, what I was going to say is that it's a home game. All Canucks home games, even on the weekend, happen at 7 p.m., except when they're playing the Toronto Maple Leafs. Because people in Toronto, Mom, they can't keep their Ontario eyes open till 10 p.m. to watch their favorite team. So they started at like 4 p.m. our time. It's like, it's fine, because, you know, when the Canucks go to Toronto, they're going to start the game at 10 p.m. Local time, right? Just because, I mean, we're trying to just make it, you know, we don't want any special treatment for anybody. Anyway, like, I'm not mad that we lost. I actually think we played really well up until the end there. It's just kind of, I mean, what do you want from me? What decision would you have made there? Maybe 9 lives, I think we still would have, we might have even died faster. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Nonetheless, I'm live every day on Twitch, Sorry, I muted myself. I've been using a new microphone this whole time, and I noticed it had some dust on the top. But it has a capacitive mute button. So as soon as my finger touched the top to clean off the dust, it went, no thank you, I'm muting you. But anyway, I'll see you next time. I think we put up a valiant effort there. See ya.